Hi everyone, today I want to share with you how I created my Sugarplum flowers. I have had some requests on my latest video of this card. I had some requests on how I made these Sugarplum flowers, so I really wanted to upload a video on how I created these. And these flowers are really not that hard to make, and I also wanted to upload this tutorial especially since Diemond Dies is having a Blooms for Fall Facebook flower challenge, and I will put the link to the Facebook page, to the Diemond Dies Facebook page, in the description box below. And I hope you will check out this flower challenge because it's really nice. You can do any kind of project, but you have to use one flower die set to create your fall flowers with, and then you can you are able to win some fabulous prizes. So please go check this challenge out. It's a really fun challenge, and we cannot wait to see what flowers you can come up with. So I use these dies, or this die set, and of course I have it upside down. I'm sorry for the glare. And these are the Sugarplum flowers, and you can use any size of the dies, but for my largest blue flower I used 3 of the largest flowers, and then I used 2 of the middle size. So I went, this is the biggest size, and then this size, and this size, and I went for this one, so 3 sizes smaller. So you're also going to need some water, and I used 2 paintbrushes to shape the petals. I used a bigger one and a smaller or thinner paintbrush, and if you have it you can also use this embossing tool, but you can also use the back side of your paintbrush if you don't have an embossing tool like this. And I always use a foam mat to shape my flowers. And you're also going to need a hot glue gun and a heat tool, because we're going to spray the flowers with water. And you're also going to need something to punch the holes in the center of your flower. I like to use this tool, but you can also use a crocodile or a big bite, but I don't have that, so I like to use this tool. And you're also going to need some stamens. I am going to use white ones, but if you want to create some fall flowers for the challenge, you can use a different kind of cardstock and maybe some black stamens or anything like that. And I use a really cheap kind of cardstock. It's I believe it's 180 GSM, and in the Netherlands they sell it like this. It's really cheap. It's pre-cut cardstock, and these packages are really cheap. But you can use any kind of cardstock, or maybe some patterned paper, or you can use bezel cardstock or coordinations. It doesn't really matter. So I already cut my flowers. I have 3 of the bigger sizes and 2 of the smaller ones, and the first thing that I'm going to do is spray them with water, and I really want them to be quite saturated, so I'm going to move them around like this. And then I like to take a towel and wipe most of the water . And now I take my biggest flower and I'm going to move these aside a little bit so you can hopefully see what I'm doing. I take my flower, and then I take my paintbrush and I place the petal on top of the paintbrush like this, and then I'm going to pinch the petals like this. I hope you can see what I'm doing, and I will do it again. Just pinch the petals like this, And I'm going to do that to all the petals of my 3 bigger flowers. And you will end up with a flower looking like this. So I'm going to fast forward now. And now I'm taking my smaller paintbrush, the thinner one, and my smaller flowers, and I will do exactly the same. Put the petal on top of the paintbrush and then pinch it. Oops, I'm sorry. Like so. And it doesn't have to be perfect. I think it only adds to the beauty of the flower that it's imperfect. To give them a little bit of a shabby look, I guess we can say. So it looks like this. And now I take my heat tool and I'm going to dry them. So now these are dry, I'm going to put a hole in the center. I could have done this earlier, just when I cut them out, but I totally forgot about it. So I'm going to make a hole in the center right now. So I'm taking my tool and I'm making a hole like this. And I'm taking my other 2 flowers so what I like to do now is to shape them a little bit, and I leave one flower just like this, as flat as possible, and I'm going to take my next flower and I'm just going to gently roll in the center so the petals curl up a little bit like this, not too much because this will be the second flower from the bottom, like so. And now I'm going to take my third flower and I'm going to make this one curl a little bit more like this, so this will be on top of that one. And I do exactly the same for the 2 smaller flowers. I curl this one a little bit. Oops, I'm sorry. Like so. And I will curl this one a little bit more. Hopefully you can see like this. So now I'm going to take my flowers and my glue gun, and I'm going to put some glue, and I'm being careful not to glue my center, and I'm going to alternate the petals. And if you put some glue in the center, you can always use your tool to remove some of the glue, like this. And you can also put your flower together first and then punch a hole in the center. Maybe that would be easier, but I'm only thinking of that now, so I'm sorry. And my last 2 flowers, the smaller ones. And you can also use another adhesive. I love to work with hot glue, but some people think it's too fast and they don't have enough time to arrange the flowers, so you can also use another kind of adhesive. So this is the flower so far, and now I'm going to take my stamens, and I think I will be adding 3 of them. I hope it will fit. So I take my 3 stamens and I'm folding them like this, and I'm just twisting a little bit, and I hope it will fit. I put some glue in the center of my flower, so I'm going to take my tool again and make sure that I have a beautiful hole in the center of my flower, and this looks a lot better. So maybe you can adhere your flower or your layers together first and then punch a hole in the center. So I'm going to put some glue in the center of my flower, and usually I don't use hot glue for this, but for the sake of this tutorial I will, because it will dry faster. So I just pull the stamens down like this, and I'm sorry I have to use my artificial light today because it's quite dull outside. So, and now I can cut off the excess of my stamens, and now my flower looks like this. And for this one, for the one on my card, I just use some stickles, but you can also use some texture paste or some snow tags, or just some gesso, whatever you like to use to alter your flowers or to make them more pretty. So this is the flower in pink. It's this exact size, and I really hope you understand my explanation about how I created these sugar plum flowers, and I hope you will try them yourself. They're not hard to make at all. They're quite easy, and you don't really need a lot of supplies. Oops. I think most of us crafters do have some adhesives and some cardstock, so if you have the dies and you have some stamens, you can also use another flower center, a button or anything else, but I really like to use these stamens. So I hope this was a helpful video, and I hope you will give these a try as well. And I hope you will also participate in the Facebook challenge that Diemond Dies is having at the moment. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're all having a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye!